All right, welcome to the May 2022 Remote Job Spotlight. Uh, really glad to have you here. My name is Mike Sarles. I'm a program coordinator in the Rural Online Initiative, which is part of Utah State University Extension. The purpose of the Rural Online Initiative is to provide specialized research-based training to help individuals and organizations succeed in a remote work environment. We offer certificate courses for remote workers and organizational leaders. And each month we host free professional development trainings and these remote job spotlights. You can learn about future trainings and spotlights at www, you don't have to do the www, remoteworkcertificate.com /events. You can also learn more about the Rural Online Initiative at the same website, remoteworkcertificate.com. And these spotlights are all hosted on the Student Resources tab under Job Spotlights. You can learn more about our website. I'll put that website link in the chat in just a second. It should be there now. And today we're going to hear from two employers that offer remote work employment. Our first will be Snowhorse Marketing, and our second will be Service Titan. We'd love to have you ask questions. We'll have them present. I don't know if they'll want to take questions during their presentation or not. I'll let them tell you when they start. But we'd love to have this be interactive and let you find out all the things you want to find out about these companies. And we'll go ahead and start first with Snowhorse Marketing. And I think it's Sarah and Tracy who will be presenting to us. So welcome.
Thank you, Mike. I'm Tracy. I work with Snowhorse Marketing. We will just have Sarah answer questions after I'm done explaining. We are a full service marketing agency, and we specialize in digital marketing management. We work primarily with women-owned businesses and established nonprofit organizations to help them create marketing systems that simplify their workload. And we give back to the community by offering training and educational events for startups and small businesses. We customize all of our campaigns to meet each client's company goals. So we can do anything from starting a company up with a logo and website design to traditional marketing like radio, print, billboards, to brand awareness and retargeting web ads. It's a broad field, but we can do it all. We also partner with other agencies to meet needs like organic web content. For more information, I provided Mike with a frequently asked questions sheet. I'm not sure, did that get shared, or does that get shared after?
It will get shared in a shared document here shortly, so yes.
Okay. Yes, so I encourage you to check out our website and learn more about our company and our process. As an employer, Snowhorse Marketing strives to create a healthy work-life, home-life balance. As a woman-owned and operated business, we've seen how difficult it can be for parents, especially single parents, to be working in a typical office environment. But we know there are tons of people with great skills. So we work to provide employment opportunities for those that need a little more flexible work schedule and really want to strive for a healthy balance. All of our employees work remotely. We have weekly meetings that are sometimes hybrid, in person and remote, but for the most part, we work from home. We set our own hours, and we believe that flexibility not only fosters productivity, but an overall healthier work environment. Then we don't have people watching the clock or getting paid to sit somewhere on the off chance a phone will ring. I know that was my job once upon a time at a different company, and it was awful sitting there, just hoping that that I would be needed. But it also helps mitigate, the mom guilt that many of us get being working mothers in our culture. When I first started working for Snowhorse, I did 90% of my work after my kids were in bed. because it just worked better for me. And at the time in my position, it was a job that I could do that. And so we just believe that we should live to, or work to live and not live to work. So our founders have created a culture that includes company trips and at least 2 weeks of PTO every year. We just want to make sure, you know, we are creating a culture of fun and inclusion as well. And we know working remotely is not for everyone, but we have so much flexibility. And I know it can seem like a little, like so little accountability, which is why we base off of, or we base our pay off of merit and not hours. Different positions are set up differently, but essentially, most of our positions, you're given a list of jobs to do or a quota to meet, and a set amount of companies that. So as long as you get your work done, we're happy. We just love working with people who may have gaps in their resume. Our general manager, Sarah, who's here with us today, and I, we both had a hard time finding work after having children. And I know the business world can be quick to write off people who, you know, have taken a few years. But we know that there's talent out there who's capable of doing great things and contributing many things. And so we pride ourselves on looking past those gaps and trying to look at experiences and traits that might make you a good fit in the company and what you bring to the table. We would love to find people who are in it for the long haul, but we recognize that the way that we are set up, it's a good stepping stone to position you to work for different tech companies. We use Trello like a lot of tech companies do, and you know, as our project management system to track leads and assignments. And this is also, you know, a good opportunity to learn best practices for working remotely. So if you come to work with us, we understand if you just want to work for a year, you know, build your resume, fill in that gap a little bit, learn some new systems and move on. Like, we're okay with that. Like I said, we care more about merit than longevity. However, if you do plan to stay long-term, we have opportunities for growth. We have opportunities for leadership and pay increases, so we can be both a career and a lifestyle. Right now, we're looking for 3 new account agents. We need employees who are self-motivated, result-driven, able to work with minimal supervision. And our account agents would be doing some leveling of prospecting, cold calls, seeking out and following up with prospective clients. Basically, your job would be to present and sell our services. And we have a lot of potential clients waiting in the wing. We need help outreaching them. We have more work than we have members on our team. So it can be hard work. We do need someone who is reliable, consistent, and willing to put forth the effort, and just someone who's willing to learn. We do understand that in a position like this, there is a lot to be learned before you feel confident in going out, and we're happy to teach that. We would prefer someone who has sales or customer service experience, but it's by no means a requirement. Anyone who's part of a business community or has some experience working with like decision makers would be a good fit. And we need someone who is good with people, enthusiastic, and someone who has, you know, persuasive skills. So if any of that sounds like you or something you'd be interested in, please feel free to apply. We really look forward to meeting with you and seeing if you would be a good fit and if we can help you meet your goals. So that's all I really have to say, Sarah. If you have questions, please address them to Sarah.
Thank you. Hey, Sarah, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Could you tell me what's your culture like in your organization? That's one that everybody's interested in, but they don't think to ask that when they're interviewing a lot of times.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
So
60.
yeah, so our culture is really it's really parent friendly. I will say that. It's really parent friendly. We do a lot of our staff are single parents, so it's very friendly to single parents. We do trips about twice a year. We make sure nannies are hired to go on the trips with us, so people can bring their family and their kids, and they can still participate, in the trainings and what have you as part of the trips. We're very we're about the whole person. We're actually about to roll out later this year. We have some therapists and coaches who will come and work with each of our team members one-on-one for their personal goals and growth. What we have found is when you create a culture that allows an individual to feel ownership and success in their own lives, to be able to pursue their own goals, they do much better work. And so I'm the GM here, and I feel like my number one job is cheerleader. Like, I cheer on our clients, I cheer on our employees. Like, my number one job is cheerleader. Like, how can we help you? How can this be successful? And we do allow a lot of autonomy and choice. Are you wanting to scale within the company? You want to make another $1,000 a month? Okay, well, here's what you can do so that you can be at that point. But we have found that does mean the people working with us, they do need to have that ownership of their life, and they need to be at that place where they are wanting to take that ownership, and they are very goal oriented and willing to put forth the effort to create good habits, both in their personal lives and professional lives. And we do everything we can to support the individual.
Well, thank you. Just a quick follow-up. Another question that everybody always asks us is, do you have to bring your own equipment? Do you do that? How does that all work with your organization?
So it really depends on the role. We have a couple different options. We have, W-2 employee options where you're provided a computer. Because of the work we do, you only really need a computer, an internet, and a phone. Like that's about all you need. And so it depends on the role. We do also have like commission only roles. We typically partner with other, like some print advertising companies. That's typically what they are. But occasionally we'll have an individual be like, hey, I just have a big network. I know businesses that are looking for your services. They don't have enough marketing employees. They need an execution team. We work with a lot of blue collar trades companies. And we essentially become their marketing department for their company. So occasionally we'll find someone who's just really networked into a community like that, and they just want to send the leads to us, and we take care of everything else. So we do have positions like that they just get paid based on basically commission only, and with that you'd of course have your own equipment and whatnot. But we have both. It just depends on the needs of the people working with us.
Fantastic. I'll open it up to other people. Go ahead. Jordan, you got a question?
Sure. You mentioned you were family friendly, and I'm just wondering what type of shifts you offer. Do you have like a morning shift, afternoon, evening? What are some of the work schedules you have?
Well, as Tracy indicated, there is no shifts. It's based on the work. So when they're training, there is a little bit more of a schedule, obviously, that coincides with whoever they're training with. And so there is that for about the first 2 to 3 months. There will be more of a set schedule. There'll be about 3 hours a day that they'll need to be, online with someone else with them. But outside of the training period, it's based on their work, their results. If they are on the sales side of account management, they just have to meet their quota of 4 new businesses a month. And we don't really care. Like, we don't. The only thing they have to show up to is the weekly meeting. And we found as we work with like the therapists and coaches, certain people want shift work, and we can create that for them. If someone wants more structure, we can create that for them. But we've been really blessed in having just the team that has come into us so far, they've just been hard workers and they just take their jobs and run with it. So it just really depends on what their needs is. I mean, if they want a set schedule, we can definitely provide that for them. But outside of the training period, it is very flexible outside of the once a week all hands meeting.
Thank you. Anyone else have a question?
I'll ask a question. Since I'm with the ROI program, and I'll ask the question that I tell job seekers not to ask. What is your pay structure? What, you mentioned some benefits and stuff like that, but I'll ask that question so that our job seekers don't have to be the ones to ask that. So.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. It depends on the role, obviously. If they are in more of a sales role, they get paid a base pay plus commissions on top of that. So if they're doing their they're meeting their quota of 4 a month, they're making between $3,000 to $5,000 a month, just depending on the type of accounts they're bringing in. And then those who are working more on the retention side, so they're sending out the reports, CSM more role, or they're just managing the existing accounts. That one's based on how many accounts they are managing. Typically, it's a minimum of at least 10 accounts. If they're managing a minimum of 10 accounts, it's about $2,500 to $3,500 a month, depending on the type of accounts that they're managing. And then they have bonuses based on performance that they get quarterly.
Thank you. All right, any other questions? I have one last question. This is for Tracy. Tracy, what's your favorite thing about working for this company?
That's a really good one. I've got to be honest and say this is just the best job I've ever had. I love the fact that it allows me to take my children to school and pick them up. That's probably my, my favorite part. As far as the work that I do, my favorite part is just feeling like I can be a really good, like Sarah said, cheerleader. Like the clients, I work with a lot of the clients directly, and I love being able to, have them say, oh, this is an issue, or this is something that we need help with. And I'm like, we have a solution for that. Like just being able to say that, I love making people happy. So for me, knowing that I can provide them with the answers they need is just really rewarding. So being able to, say yes, like not only do we know your struggle, we can help with that. It's just a really positive thing for me. I love having that that kind of interaction on a daily basis.
Thank you, Tracy. Any further questions?
What will the main challenges of these positions be day to day?
So a lot of it's dealing with people. So you got to be good with people. And a lot of it is learning the systems and sticking with the systems. So we've done a really great job. Our goal is to make as much of our revenue go towards salaries and supporting our employees as possible. So we have pretty manual systems instead of spending a lot of money on softwares and other systems. And so it's just making sure you check all the boxes, you go through the proper steps with each client. There's a lot of personal accountability there. So that can be a challenge. We've seen that be a coaching opportunity for some new hires. And another challenge might be, I'm trying to think, sometimes it can be hard. I mean, if this is their first real job working remote, sometimes it's just getting in the habit of having the independence. And we have a really great manager, Cheryl. She is so great. She works with each one who comes on board and makes sure that they have what they need to help them be successful. But that we have noticed that a few people have struggled with just creating those good habits, but that's pretty broad to anyone who's going into working remote.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, any more questions? Thank you for those. Have been great questions. All right, not seeing any hands. Let's change gears now.
You know what, Mike?
You got another one? Okay.
Sorry, I got a direct message in chat that of a question. What kind of experience are you looking for? I guess the person showed up a little bit late, but if just a quick other, I guess, is there anything else? So I know you mentioned a few things already, but maybe just a quick list down again of what your ideal candidate looks like.
Yeah. So essentially, we would love and prefer someone if they have sales or customer service experiences. But also, if there are people just who are good with people, enthusiastic, those people that, know how to communicate with people and are just really outgoing and would make a good salesperson, someone who's willing to follow up. Sometimes it takes more than one time to follow up, and just that kind of a go-getter really is what we really need. Someone who can do the work and be organized.
Thank you, Trenton. All right, thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sarah, that was a great introduction to your organization and the opportunities you have. So let's switch gears now and we'll go to Ashley, who's going to tell us about ServiceTitan. We're excited to hear about that too.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. Excited to be here. My name's Ashley Walker. I am the talent acquisition manager for high volume recruiting with ServiceTitan. I've been with the company for about 6 months and absolutely loving it. It's an amazing organization. We're based out of Los Angeles, California, but we do have a few hubs centered around Utah and Atlanta area. And also we have some remote opportunities that we're offering currently. A little about ServiceTitan. We are a SaaS company, so service as a software. And a little bit about, we were founded in 2007 by two men, Ara and Bahe, who were passionate about helping their fathers run their business more efficiently. So they both had companies within the trades, and really they were doing a lot of their business manually, so paper and pencil. And so our software basically allowed for them to run their whole business on this platform. So more efficient.
Yeah, you go to your Amazon account online and then you can click return it.
That was very strange.
Great. So our platform supports multiple verticals, both in residential and commercial. So think HVAC, plumbing, electrical, garage door. Our platform will definitely support their business so they can run everything on this platform. And it allows for companies to basically set up call booking, marketing, dispatching, scheduling, payroll, finance, everything on this platform. So really great tool. So what people like about our company, one is we're all passionate for helping the underrepresented businesses. There's not a lot of software out there right now that really supports the trades. So everyone is truly passionate about our mission to be able to change lives, putting the power of technology to work every day for everyday Americans. Another reason why people love working for the company is internal mobility. Lots of growth opportunity within the org. We spend time training and developing our people. So if there's an opportunity internal, an opportunity that opens up, we definitely look internal before we, look at external candidates. It's a great culture, inclusive environment. You can bring your whole self to work every day. Very collaborative environment as well. We're always open to new ideas and approaching things differently. Also, we really invest and care for our employees. So we have employee research groups, also known as ERGs, that help foster a diverse and inclusive workplace where all Titans can thrive in this environment. We also offer professional development and community programs for employees. We have a really great work-life balance, so we have unlimited PTO, and then very competitive salary as well. So that's a little bit about ServiceTitan. The role that I'd like to spotlight today is our SDR role, known as Sales Development Representative. It is a great opportunity to get your foot in the door if you want to get into tech sales. A little bit of an SDR you'll be qualifying leads to identify sales opportunities and leverage exploratory conversations with potential customers. You'll pitch the value of our software to these customers. You'll book product demos for account executives and help them close deals through detailed discovery calls. It's not an easy job. I'm going to be real with you. It's not an easy job. You definitely have to overcome objections. You're probably making about 60 to 100 calls a day, talking to shop owners and decision makers about what their needs are and how our product can better support them. So that's a little bit of the role requirements, or what we're looking for as far as ideal candidate or profile. We're looking for someone that wants to be in sales, or someone that has sales experience. You don't need to have a sales background. It's a nice to have, but it's not required. We offer a really great training program to set all of our new hires up for success. We're looking for someone that's a self-starter, because obviously if the role is remote, definitely have to be able to continue to push through after, seeing objections on the call. We're looking for someone that's coachable, has a desire to learn and grow, and open to feedback to continue to get better. And then someone that is adaptable and out of the box thinker, because every call is not going to be straightforward and cookie cutter. You're going to have to be able to pivot and overcome those objections when you talk to the customer. We are actively hiring for this role right now. We're hiring for our next class, which is June 21st. So if interested, definitely take a look at our website and apply.
Good. Any questions? All right,
Maybe
I'll ask. Oh, go ahead.
I'll ask the same questions so that the job seekers don't have to ask what's the pay structure and stuff like that with this.
Yeah, we're absolutely open to talking about compensation. Definitely believe in being transparent with comp. For this role, base salary is probably about 56K base plus 10K commission. That's uncapped, so you can definitely make more. So on target earnings is about 66K, plus we offer sales bonus as well.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Thank you.
All right. Who else? I'll ask my favorite question. Jacob, you sound kind of funny in the background there. What's your favorite thing about working there? What do you love the most?
I guess outside of the ones that I've listed earlier, I love the people. Like, I get excited every day coming to work. One, working with some really smart people. It's a very collaborative environment. We all want to win, and obviously support. We all have the same mission of supporting our customers. So that's probably the main thing. I guess second would just be the inclusive environment. Being able to come and be my authentic self every single day when I come to work.
Thank you. All right, who else? Oh, here's a question in the chat. Does pay change according to where I live? Is it 66K in California only, or does that vary per location?
Pay changes depending on market. The comp that I quoted is for Utah market.
Okay. Thank you. And let's see, I got another chat. Oh, that's just, okay. It's a link to your website. All right. Thanks, Trenton. All right. Anybody else want to ask a question?
So this is a software service that you guys provide. Are they trying to, so it's not cold call, right? But it is sales. It's like you're taking leads and you're following leads and stuff like that. Is that?
Yeah, it is outbound. It is cold calling. So you are doing outbound. You are given some shop names and leads, but you're reaching out to these shop owners, managers, trying to do discover what's current platform they're working on, issues they may be having with the current platform, and then pitching our Service Titan and how we can be a better solution for them.
Okay.
And then it's a demo for our account executive. Sorry.
And I guess a quick follow-up on that is, is it strictly phone calls, or do they have the option to, connect with people on LinkedIn and kind of generate their own leads, or is there somebody else that does the lead generation for them?
Great question. We do have some lead generation. They can also generate some of their own leads. We also have a really great referral program within the org. So as you know, there's other Titans, we may see small and medium-sized companies where we see the trucks. We send as employees, take a picture and send it over to our demand gen team, and that would count as a lead if we are already set up. So, but then also, yes, we do also have people that go and look for leads as well.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you. There's a question in chat for both presenters. It says, are there positions available fully remote and that don't require degrees, or do they require degrees?
For our position, it is fully remote, doesn't require a degree.
Does not.
Does not.
Okay, thank you. That's great. Sarah, do you mind answering that too, or? Oh,
No.
you're muted still. That
Sorry.
mute button. It's the mute button.
Yeah, we don't have any education requirements for
Okay,
the positions. It's just based on skill.
fantastic. All right. Any other questions? Thank you, Mary. All right, I'm going to post in chat. This is our shared document. This has all of the remote job spotlight company presenters information and links to the jobs. I've included both Snowhorse Marketing's information as well as Service Titans information in this document. There is a shared folder for Snowhorse for your FAQ and other information that you wanted to pass along. So hopefully that'll work for everybody. And if you have any problems accessing it, please let me know directly. And I'd be happy to help you get into it. All right. Any other questions before we?
I'll ask Ashley one more question.
Okay, go for it.
You know, what's your favorite thing? I don't remember if this was asked, but what's your favorite thing about working for Service Titans?
So one, I enjoy the people. I think that's what really brought me over to Service Titan. It's just the people I get a chance to work with, some really smart people that are passionate about what they do. And then collaborative environment. And then secondly would be just an inclusive environment. You can bring your whole authentic self to work every day.
Okay. Yeah, I think you did answer that question already. So sorry about that, but
No worries.
it hammers it in really good, right?
Thank you. And just to point out to those that are watching this, there is an email address for Snowhorse. That's where you should send your resume directly so that you are highlighted when it comes in, so it doesn't just come in and they don't know what to do with it. So please send your resume and information to that email address, and that's in the document. So, all right. Well, if we don't have any further questions and nobody else wants to tell us anything, I think we're good for today. However, I do want to highlight that next Wednesday at this same time, we have a professional development meeting. We have a gentleman that works for MasterCard Fraud Division Security who will be coming and talking to ways to avoid fraud and things as your remote worker especially, but should be very useful information. His name's James King, and he will be doing that at this same time next week. And we would welcome you to come in and join us for that as well. All right, that's it. We're good. Thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So much.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Sarah.